Greetings, dear respected audience. This is Esther Mala, your firstly and successful global educator, corporate trainer, SDG, ESG, and technology enthusiast from Malaysia, who not only focused on her life but also desired to see others excel in their lives by offering quality education for all. Dear precious audience, esteemed academician, our dedicated project team of Elegant Empire Education welcomes you to the Real Talk with Experts Sustainable Development Goal Forum. We are privileged to have Assistant Professor Dr. Anjum Qureshi as here today as our host and project leader for this forum. This forum will explore transformative strategies that empowers communities through knowledge. Together, let us engage in insightful discussions that inspires action and foster collaboration for a sustainable future with our honorable respected panelist, Dr. Hardik Solanki. Okay, he is a licensed structural engineer and chartered engineer with over 14 years of combined academic and professional experience. He holds a PhD from Parel University and MTech in structural engineering from DDU Nadiad and a bachelor degree in MS University as a member of IEI and a licensed engineer from WUDA. He actively contributes to engineering excellence and professional development. In his role as assistant professor and deputy director at CMIE Parole University, Dr. Solanki is dedicated to fostering multidisciplinary education, research, and industry collaboration. Welcome, Dr. Hardik Sonalki. Thank you. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us in this vital conversation. So, I would invite Dr. Anjum to take over the floor. Dr. Anjum.
Thank you. Greetings to everyone. I'm Dr. Anjum Qureshi from India, the moderator for the SDG Forum and Assistant Professor at Rajiv Gandhi College of Engineering, Research and Technology, Chandrapur, India. And I would like to welcome you all once again for this forum in which every week we discuss about sustainability. And today we have Dr. Hardik Solanki sir with us, who is from Parel University. Dr. And today we'll be discussing on the importance of sustainable materials in constructions. And as already introduced by Dr. Esther, that our esteemed panelist today is basically a structural engineer. And yes, when we talk about construction, like very less we will be thinking like what happens with construction, how construction is affecting our environment, because construction it is a booming global industry, and between now and 2060, the world will construct almost 2.5 trillion square feet of new developments, equivalent to adding another Paris to the planet every week. So we need to think about reducing the environmental impacts of building, and we need to make the construction processes eco-friendly. And in this next slide, I just have in short about how the construction is having the environmental impact. Yes, habitat loss, ecosystem disruption, air and noise pollution, water pollution and resource consumption, water conservation and disposable changes. So those are some of the key impacts that are happening due to the construction. And of course, the industry is attempting to make beneficial adjustments to its working practices, materials, and manufacturing to reduce the negative consequences of building and protect the environment for future generation. But okay, though these are the environmental impacts of the construction, we know that as nowadays everywhere we talk about sustainability. So here we're talking about how we can be maintaining sustainability while following this construction process, because without construction we can't live. That is again an integral part. So, so Dr. Solanki, so my first question in this regard would be like, what is sustainable construction? If we say, like I was telling in short about how construction processes are impacting the environment. So, what is sustainability in construction and how it is affecting the environment?
So, see, sustainability is itself a very huge word. So, it is very difficult to describe in one or two lines. But if you talk about for construction specifically, if I may summarize it in a specific ways. So, sustainability in construction refers to designing and building and managing whatever resources we have in a most precise manner, so that it does not affect the environment around us. Plus it improves the quality of life in every aspect, quality of life in the aspects of health, financial benefit to the economic growth. So sustainability in terms of overall development. So it should not be like that. If we are making constructions nowadays, that we can see that there is a lot of construction activities going on, but without thinking of the natural resources, but without thinking about natural resources. Nowadays in India, or where the place where I come from, in Gujarat, we're facing a lot of shortages regarding the natural resources like sand, aggregates that are to be mixed in concrete. So without thinking about all this natural conservation of these natural resources, if we are doing the construction and if we are doing the growth, that is not sustainable growth. At some point it is going to break down, and we again come back to the starting position. So sustainability means it has a longevity, it has a durability in all aspects.
Yes, of course, we need sustainability in every aspect. And as you said, when we
Yeah,
go ahead with the construction,
yeah,
is
your
it
second question
going?
was regarding the environment, right?
Yeah.
How it can impact the environment. So if we think about sustainable development, our first regarding the environment, our first aim must be to reduce the carbon footprint. And if we talk about carbon footprint, there is a lot of talk about this carbon emission goals all over the world. Every country has has its own goals. So if we look into that carbon footprint diagram, uh, around 4%, or around 4 to 6% of the carbon emission is due to this construction material or the construction activity all over the world. So that is a huge amount if we talk about the overall carbon footprint. And if we can reduce it somehow by making collaborative efforts, that is going to help each and every country to achieve their sustainability goal or that carbon footprint goal. So first thing, that is to reduce carbon footprint in terms of environmental benefits. Second benefit in terms of environment could be to minimize the resource depletion. So as I mentioned that natural resources are depleting very fast. So we need to think of some better options which can be utilized in construction other than the natural resources for the construction activities, so that the environment can be benefited. Then the third environmental benefit, according to me, could be it enhances the energy efficiency. So again, one more carbon footprint, a larger carbon footprint that comes all over the world is the amount of carbon that is being generated in the generation of energy. So if we can utilize our energy resources in to the most efficient way, so that it can reduce the carbon footprint, so environment can be immensely benefited.
Yes, of course, environment will be affected, and as you said, if we have sustainable practice in construction, then we can be efficiently using our natural resources. And then the next thing that you said about is the reduction in the carbon footprint, because
Yeah.
yes. even it is something new for me, because we talk so much about carbon footprint, but it is even new for me that the construction practices that we follow, conventional practices that are still going on, this is increasing the carbon footprint, which we don't think. We only blame the industries, that there are so much of emissions and the vehicles for that. But this is again a new thing which I am learning today. But so you talked about environmental benefits, but you talked about, we can be having energy efficient buildings, we can be there can be efficient utilization of resources. So don't you think there will be some economic benefits also, and even health benefits for the people? So what will be the economic benefits and health benefits?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. There will be economic benefits, but at a later stage, I would say. If you are looking for a cost benefit construction and then again to achieve the sustainability, then initial cost may be high. I'm not saying it will be higher, may be higher because of unawareness, because of the less skilled laborers, because of the various reasons, because government policies and so many things will come into play. But at a longer, we are talking about sustainability. So in a longer run, it is going to be economically beneficial. So economical benefits will be there in terms of the first economical benefit that we could get is that lower energy cost. So if you're looking for the uh, if you're looking for sustainable materials, so generally we talk about utilization of the construction and reuse of the construction waste, that recycled aggregate that there are a lot of research work going on how to utilize those. Then we use the industrial waste products. So nowadays it is very common to use fly ash in the cement. In India, it is very common. We get fly ash mixed cement. So fly ash is an industrial waste. So to dispose those waste, there are a lot of land that were being used previously. So natural resources were depleted because of those landfills, and all those things were filled with this industrial waste. So one of the industrial waste which is very actively been utilized in nowadays is the fly ash. So if we utilize those, so it will reduce our reduce our that it will have economical benefits, because the waste material will be now utilized in the some development activities. Second benefit, it could be having the operational savings. So as I mentioned that previously it was that we need to dispose of all the industrial waste. Nowadays there is a possibility to utilize that industrial waste, so it will reduce the operational leeways or operational hindrances that were there for a particular industry, that what to do with this wastage, where to put this wastage. Now that is being gone, and there are a lot of industrial wastage which are being actively used in construction in many areas. So if not in concreting, but in other aspects also they are being utilized. Then there are a lot of government schemes also there. If someone is utilizing those industrial wastages in some of the other kind in the construction. So one of the example that was there regarding the use of waste plastic. So many renowned institutes and even the corporates have started using that waste plastic in making the roads. Not the actual roads, but the small projects or small society roads or small corporate roads or the company roads have been made using the waste plastic. So there is a perfect utilization of the waste which is hazardous to the environment as well. So it gives a lot of options to the corporates. It gives the option to the government as well to incentivize this type of initiatives taken by the institutes and corporates. And of course, while doing all these things, there is a job creation. There is a new job opportunity available in the market. How to utilize all these things? There are skilled laborers required to utilize all these things. There are skilled engineers required to have knowledge about all these things. So a huge job creation can be possible. So these are some of the economical benefits that I pointed out, but there are a lot of economic benefits out of this. Now regarding the health benefits, again, see, nothing is important other than the health, because if we talk about everything, and if we do not talk about health, it is all pointless. So the first health benefit that we could have is better indoor air quality or better quality of air outside, because because of the reduction of the industrial waste. So previously, what waste was that was going in outside, those waste now industries are also focusing to not to put it outside and reuse it or resell it somewhere else. So there is a value created out of the industrial waste as well. So air quality or the environment around us will improve, and it will help us in getting a good health. Then if we utilize the as I mentioned, we are utilizing fly ash. It has a quality that it has a low heat conductivity. So if we utilize fly ash for the construction and compare the temperatures inside and outside, it has a very good
Hardy. Sorry,
energy.
Dr. Hardy. May I
Yeah,
interrupt? Sorry.
yeah, sure, sure.
What do you mean by flyers? How to spell? FLY flyers.
Yes, FLYASH.
Yeah, that is fly ash.
Yeah,
Oh, fly ash. Okay.
Yes.
I heard like flyers. That's why I was thinking, what is that fly? Okay,
sure.
fine, fine. Please continue. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
So
scientists
it
are obviously are developing, they are developing new construction materials,
yeah,
materials to make to make buildings that stores billions of tons of carbon dioxide annually, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
in fact, experts says that a material could store more than 16 billion tons of carbon dioxide every year. So
yeah,
building materials are becoming increasingly an important waste, yeah,
yeah,
where we can generate carbon dioxide. Okay,
yeah,
future building also could help to fight climate change by storing carbon dioxide within their very structures. So their walls, their foundations, and even materials that make up their interiors. Wow, this is a great message. Yeah,
yeah.
please carry on.
So
Please carry on.
So there are a lot of nanomaterials nowadays that have been developed. Uh, Fortunately, I was a part of one of the research work done under me. So a nanomaterial was developed in such a way that our buildings would behave exactly as the trees. So what does trees do? They take inside CO2 and they give O2 outside. That is what generally the purpose of the tree in the environmental cleansing. So there is a lot of research working going on in the nanomaterials to develop such type of nanomaterials which can take out the CO2 from the environment and give back O2 in the environment. The drawback that we faced in that research was that nanomaterial is still very costly material. So it is not possible to utilize in construction, but a day will come where everyone will realize that this is the need of the hour, and the prices would come down and it will be used in the construction. So so there is a lot of research work going on for the health benefit and environmental benefit in the construction industry as well.
Yeah, that's really an excellent answer. Like, of course, environmental benefits are there, health benefits, economic benefits that you just discussed, and because there will be reduction in the carbon footprint. So, and even you talked about how it will help in increasing of jobs. That are the economic benefits, and you also talked about recycling of materials. So, I would like to know more on this. Now, from simply to construction, let's discuss about the concept of green buildings that we have, green buildings or energy efficient buildings that we call. So this is another thing that which we are talking so much about it. Well, for my field that I belong to, where we talk about how IoT will be helping in having an energy efficient building. So as a structural engineer, what you feel like, how will this recyclable materials or locally sourced material um, help in having green buildings or help in having the energy efficient buildings? What will the role of this recycled materials?
Yeah. So first of all, if you talk about recycled materials, again, there is a lot of research that has been done in the past. Currently, also there is a lot of research going on. The problem, according to me, in the construction industry is the problem of acceptance of the new things. Still, if we go around anywhere there is a construction activity going on, the construction activity is done the same as it is done 25 years back. No new material except for cement and added fly ash and nothing much. But the problem in our industry is the acceptance problem. whatever research that is being done in the laboratory, it is very difficult to transfer that research onto the field. So that is a huge challenge for us as a structural engineer, as a civil engineer, as an engineer, to make the community aware about all these things, all the benefits of this. Now, recycling material now, as we discussed, that there is a lot of construction activities going on. So if there is a construction activity going on, there is a demolition activity is going on as well. So there is a lot of demolition has been done. Those debris and all those demolition waste, how we are utilizing it, we are simply putting it and dumping it into some dump yards, and it is just staying there and is utilizing the very good land which can be utilized for something else. So recycling means usage of those materials which we can get extract from these construction debris. So one of the research that I was a part of is the use of the coarse aggregates from the demolition. So whatever demolished concrete was there, we try to extract coarse aggregates out of it, and we see what kind of strength we get from that. uh, Reused, it is also called used aggregates as well, because it has already gone through a cycle of loading and unloading, and it has been utilized again. One of the drawbacks that this type of materials face is that they have a very high water absorption. So whatever mixed design that we do for concrete, we add water into concrete. So when we add water, it is added as per the design. It is not a random quantity that is to be added. So if we use a normal, naturally available material that has a specific amount of water absorption capacity, which has been calculated and which has been known to everyone. But if we
Yeah,
replace
what
those
is
materials,
yeah, Dr. Hardik, sorry.
yeah,
They also have this what adding biochar to the concrete.
sorry.
Adding biochar, BIOCHAR. What is that? Biochar
But
to concrete. What is biochar actually?
so there is
You also add that too. Besides adding water,
yeah.
they also add
So
biochar. What is that? Are
yes,
you
yes, yes.
any idea?
So I heard about that, but not done any
Not sure.
research in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
so
this is the
yeah,
latest research or something. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Please
yeah,
carry on.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So I was talking about the recycled material. So it has a property to absorb more water. So the awareness has to be spread that we need to revise our mixed design and we can utilize it. And if when we compared the strength part after doing all this research, the strength was not as expected, but it was not to that level that we cannot use it. So there are
Mm.
certain components in a building where we can utilize those, not for the whole structure, but certain components like the wind shades that we make, the smaller construction that we do uh, for the uh, for the road work, we can utilize it. Right. So recycling material has a future, provided proper supervision has been done while utilizing all these things, and proper expert persons are using those things. So if these
Okay.
two things are followed, then it has a very huge benefit. Now,
Yes.
regarding the locally sourced materials, so that is the best thing that we can have a sustainable construction if we use locally available material. So it has an economic benefit, of course, because the transportation cost will be reduced. So it has an economical cost. Plus, second benefit is that if we are reducing the transportation duration or transportation time, it also reduces the carbon emission while transportation as well. Right. So that is the best thing to practice in a construction, is to use the locally available material. But in certain cases, in certain areas, it is not the practical solution, because some naturally resource materials are not available nearby. In that case, we don't have any options in that
Yeah.
regard to. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Dr. Anjum, I'll just say this one thing. Yeah, yeah, biochar. Okay, biochar. They add biochar to concrete. This means using biomass-based plastics and
Yeah.
asphalt. Yeah, and asphalt binders and incorporating biomass fiber into bricks. Yeah, maybe you can explore further since you are doing this. This method not only offers a viable solution for carbon storage, but also promotes the use of low value waste materials, while some other technologies require further development and validation. Many are ready for immediate adoption. So this innovative approach could transform the construction industry, turning houses, offices, and other structures into tools for combating climate change. This short info.
Yeah.
Biochar. Yes, please continue. Thank you. Yeah, Dr. Anjum, you want me to add the slide?
Yeah, so it was really very informative. And in fact, Dr. Harding has been discussing so much about how we can be having sustainability in construction and even the new information Dr. Esther just talked. But Dr. Harding, we have discussed so much about this, but I would like to know, like when we talk about the sustainable construction material or sustainability in construction, so, what do you think will be the future of sustainable construction, and what will be the some challenges that you may face while promoting it? Of course, you talked about some resource challenges, like though we are using recyclable materials, but we need to have some more research on it so that we can be using it widely. So, what do you think are the challenges, and what will be the future of the sustainable construction?
So regarding challenges, the first challenge I would say is the high initial cost, because that is the most important thing which comes into picture when we talk about the construction, because it is in crores of rupees. So a small change here and there makes a huge difference. So it will have a higher initial cost, as I already discussed, but it has a longer implications in terms of sustainability. So if you talk about long term things, it is the best suited solution, but higher initial cost could be the one of the challenge in promoting this sustainable construction materials. Second challenge I would say is the lack of awareness. So we need to create awareness first in the community of the architects, community of the structural engineers, community of the civil engineers, then the community as a whole. Everyone should have some knowledge about this latest technologies or latest research that has been done and its benefits in long term. So lack of awareness could be a challenge. Then there could be regulatory barriers as well. So as I said, that nowadays fly ash has been used in cement. It has been mixed in cement, but there is a certain limit up to which it can be mixed. It is not that any random amount can be mixed and it is being utilized. So likewise, there could be some of the regulatory barriers which can be put due to the governmental policies or something like that. The according to me, the most difficult challenge to overcome would be resistance to change, because as a human we generally get used to certain things and it is very difficult to change from that, right? So if we even if we do all the things very excellent and it is very good for the sustainable growth, but the main or biggest challenge according to me could be the resistance to change at every level. I'm not talking about any particular level. At every level, it can be observed that there will be resistance to change. So these are some of the challenges that I could foresee. But let's focus on the future prospects of this. The challenges will be there, and we humans are known to overcome those challenges. So there are a lot of future aspects, there is a very good future trend that can be seen if we use sustainable construction material. The first thing that I can think of is there's a lot of 3D printing going on in the construction field as well. So previously, the 3D printing was done for the printing of small specimens in the mechanical or some other industry. But nowadays, there is a lot of news. There is a lot of active usage of 3D printing in construction of actual house. So just recently, I came across a post on a LinkedIn that one of the renowned builder in India has constructed a villa using 3D printing. A villa using 3D printing within 3 days. So there is a huge scope if we talk about 3D printing and sustainable construction materials. Then there is a lot of talk about AI and smart technologies. So there is a huge scope for AI and smart technology if we use some sustainable materials in construction, so that it can be combined with AI and smart technology as well, because there are a lot of materials which are not currently suitable for this type of technology. But if we replace those materials with some of the materials, for example, nanomaterials I talked about. So there are a lot of nanomaterials which are electric, which are having electric conductivity. Now to use this AI and ML, we need some kind of current pass through this concrete, so that we get some readings or we have some connections. Not a high voltage current, but just enough to have the readings, right? So this type of materials can be added inside the construction material to get best utilization of this AI and smart technology. Another and the most important one could be the to make the carbon neutral construction activity, right? So as we discussed that there is a lot of carbon footprint that has been going outside in the environment all over the world due to construction activity, and that is the reason that there is a specific sustainable goal that has been given by the UN, that is goal number 12, right? So if we can make a material or utilize these sustainable materials so that we have a carbon neutral construction in near future.
Yes, of course. As you talked about these challenges, in fact, that was the very first step after research.
She freezed. Connection issue.
Yeah.
Chandrapur always, but okay, there's not so frequent. But although we have, online sessions, we have technical issues and all that, but still, it
Yeah.
helps a lot. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
live with it.
Yeah.
Because
It is
not
a good
everybody do.
platform for idea sharing and knowledge
Yeah,
sharing.
knowledge sharing, yes. Even ideas we learn from others. You see, I enjoy doing this because I'm also learning. I'm learning. I'm sharing what I learn. You know.
Yeah. Yes.
Otherwise, sometimes we are involved in other work. We might not even want to bother to know other things other than what we do. So by
Yeah.
doing all this, you are learning faster from others. At least you have some
Yes.
ideas rather than you don't know anything, right? See, like just
And
now,
even we,
can
yeah,
you
yeah.
share? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please. Yes,
And
doctor.
even we get the answers of some of our questions which are difficult to find.
Exactly. Exactly. So, can you share with us for our audience what does it? What is actually flyers?
So fly ash is a
Fly.
construction. Yeah, fly
Ah,
ash is a waste material which is coming out of the power plant, mostly
power
power
plant.
plant.
So means is it like ash, fly
Yeah.
ash?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I
Yes.
just read about it 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
Ah, so
black
so
color. Yeah.
so how? What we normally do with that? What they do with that? The fly
We
ash.
dump it. We dump it onto the landfills.
Uh huh. Then how do you use it for building material as
Yeah.
building
So
material?
there are different classes
Then
of
you do
this.
bricks. You do
Yeah. There are
bricks.
different classes of this. There are different classes of
Ah,
this.
yeah.
Class
Uh
one,
huh.
class two, class three. So look,
Uh huh.
based on the classes, we can utilize those in different materials. So if it is a class one fly ash, we can
Uh
make
huh.
use of it in making concrete or making buildings.
Okay.
Lower
Okay.
grades can be utilized for making bricks.
Oh, okay. Oh, I mean, the class one, what you normally, what type of products they produce with class one?
So generally concrete. So then it is not a product producing, but they mix it with the cement. So whatever cement is produced,
Okay. Then
they
it
mix it.
hardens, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
more
Yeah.
consistent. Okay.
So it is a pozzolanic material. So it is
Ah,
utilized in the cement.
mm-hmm. I think
It
she's
it
really having
also
connection.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, it also
doctor.
reduces it also improves the durability property of the concrete. So the
Uh-huh.
long lasting concrete can be made out of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I tried to text Dr. Anjum. The message is not going through, so she's really having problem with the line. Did she finish the questions for you? She finished the
Yes, yes, I
questions,
did.
right?
Yes,
She has
yes, yes.
done. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, yeah, you have anything else to share, Dr. Hardik? Really, really brilliant sharing today. I think I did learn something new from you, and I am very sure our audience did learn from you also. So, anyway, we are actually on time. Our forum is about 30-40 minutes, and we are reaching there. So, is there anything else you'd like to share, Dr. Hardik?
There's a lot of thing to be said, but just to
Yeah.
brief what we discussed,
Uh-huh.
that whatever we discussed about the sustainable construction. So
Mm-hmm.
according to me, it is the future of the industry, and
Huh.
it will immensely benefit the economy. Then it can also benefit the human health. Uh,
Mm.
uh, and whatever points we discussed, it has some or the other way, it has some impact in our day-to-day routine life as well, because we're talking about the health and economic benefits and all these things. So
Uh-huh.
so whatever we discussed is not the whole thing, but I try to put most of the things forward for your audience to understand what sustainable goal number 12 actually aims about and how we can achieve that.
Yes. No internet. Dr. Anjum just text. No internet. Okay. I'll tell you close. Okay. So, okay. So, is there anything else before we
No.
close? No. Yeah. Because Dr. Anjum is having a problem, internet issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think anyway, we have had a great session today, as usual. We always have wonderful panelists, on our platform. You see, always they are specialized in whatever they do. So please always stay tuned with us. But anyway, uh, our audience on my Facebook friends, they always she's back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We thought I'm just about to close. So you want to say
Yeah,
anything,
suddenly
Dr.
it
Anjum?
was, 3 to
Yeah,
4
it's normal. It's
minutes.
normal. Like mine, what happened just now, just suddenly. It happens sometimes. It's okay.
Yeah.
So you want to
Yeah.
say something else? You want to say something before we close?
Yeah, yeah. I was just saying that yes, as a
Ah,
researcher, like Dr. Hardik is involved in so much of research activities. But just wanted to say, like when we talk about not just sustainable construction, in fact, anything, any field, and when we talk, the first thing is where that we recognize the challenges that we are facing or we may be facing in future, and then once we recognize these challenges, then we can go forward for it. And especially about using like the recycled materials or renewable energy sources and all. Yes, the basic thing, the first challenge what most of the people experience is, as you said, the high initial cost. Well, if you talk about it in the long term, but it gets balanced actually. It
Yeah.
gets balanced, but yes, the high initial cost is somewhere the people are very reluctant to go for it. So it is there. So well, it was really great talking to you and great knowing about sustainable construction. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great talking to you as well.
Yes, Dr. Issa, can we close the session?
yeah. I was just telling that I learned a lot from him today, and I managed to ask questions just like our audience they also would have learned, because very seldom people will talk about building materials here, because we got to know, because our house is building material. We work in office, we work in buildings, you see. So we got to know about building materials, because uh, we have to let our audience know that SDG 12 involving building materials is also evolving the technology. Yes, so it's something very informative today, very insightful. So I wish to thank our honorable guest, Dr. Hardik Solanki from India, Parul University. We've been having continuously a great support from Parul University. Thanks to Dr. Shruti Tiwari. Yeah, she's the one who introduced, and we have fantastic people with us. So we are looking forward to have specialists in future on our platform on other SDGs. I think we had continuously 3 SDGs on SDG 12. I think next week we'll come with another different SDG if possible. I think you got your panelists next week, yeah, Dr. Anjum? Yes.
Dr. Palak. I think again.
Yeah, okay. Keep the topics suspense. Yeah, they will have to come next week. Our audience. Yeah. So thank you so much, and dear audience, thank you for your precious time. We hope that you have learned much from us. Please be with us always. We are very glad to serve you with whatever you need. You can also comment in the comment box anytime, and you can also send message to my messenger if you request any specific topics or on SDG or any other topics. Thank you. Bye bye. See you all.
Thank you.